This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for December 11, 2024. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 1.2 points or 0.30% to 401.23. Total trade volume was up with 75,497 shares changing hands at a total value of 420 million real or approximately $104,500. On the main board, two stocks were up. Leading the market was Cam GSM, up 0.83% or 20 real to 2,440 real per share, followed by the Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, up 0.18% or 20 real to 11,340 real per share. On the downside, Pestec Cambodia was the biggest loser of the day, down 2.48% or 60 real to 2,360 real per share, followed by Grand Twins International, which was down 0.77% or 40 real to 5,180 real per share. The other two stocks down were the Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority and the Phnom Penh Autonomous Port. Meanwhile, three stocks, Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, Akleda Bank, and MJQ Education, stayed flat. Over on the growth board, DVD Engineering was up 0.49% or 10 real to 2,040 real per share, while JS Land remained flat at 3,430 real per share. Akleda Bank once again recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 38,006 shares changing hands at a total value of 26.7 million real or around $65,700, roughly 50% of total shares traded on December 11th. Grand Twins International recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 11,376 shares changing hands at a total value of 58 million real or $14,456, making up 15% of Wednesday's trade volume. In other market news, the Phnom Penh Autonomous Port released its unaudited revenue for the first 11 months of 2024, reaching $36.4 million, an increase of 19% compared to the same period last year. The report noted the increase in total revenue was due to an increase in revenue from port operations, the Port Authority, and other services. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD was stable at 4,022 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was up to 106.50. Looking at global commodities, oil prices rose on Wednesday with market participants expecting demand to rise in China, the world's largest crude importer, after Beijing announced it would relax monetary policy to try to stimulate economic growth. Brent crude futures gained 24 cents or 0.3% to $72.43 a barrel. China said on Monday it would adopt an appropriately loose monetary policy in 2025 as Beijing tries to spur its economy with the first easing of its stance in 14 years. Chinese crude imports grew annually for the first time in 7 months in November, up more than 14% from a year earlier. Gold prices traded mostly flat as investors looked forward to a critical U.S. inflation print that could influence chances of a widely expected U.S. Federal Reserve interest rate cut next week and offer more cues on their 2025 outlook. Spot gold held its ground at $2,689.42 per ounce, hitting its highest since November 25th earlier in the session. U.S. gold futures rose 0.3% to $2,725.50. U.S. stock futures struggled for direction early Wednesday as investors played a waiting game ahead of crucial inflation data. The anticipation of November's consumer price index hasn't helped the stock market, which has fallen for 2 consecutive days to start the week. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures on the S&P 500 edged up 0.1%, Nasdaq 100 futures also rose 0.1%, while Dow Jones Industrial Average futures fell 0.1%. The Dow has struggled lately, falling for a 4th consecutive day on Tuesday. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for December 11th.